This is Milan from RuPaul's Drag Race, and you're listening to Homorazzi.com.
How's it going? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How do you feel after last night's episode?
I feel great. Honestly, I felt that I did what I needed to do. I showed what I needed to show, and sometimes the answer is no, and you pick yourself up and you move on. Mm-hmm. So I feel great.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So now, one of the questions, something I wanted to ask you, the judges read you last night for calling your ship the Milan Invasion, and yet Willem's ship had his face all over it. Why didn't anyone clock it? Like, why didn't you clock the judges for that?
Sometimes it's just okay to just be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had already, experienced a little bit of debate over my Janelle Monáe look, and so, at that point, I didn't want it to be disrespectful. They have their opinions, and I didn't agree with Billy at all, but it is what it is,
mm-hmm.
And so sometimes it's good to just be quiet.
Fair enough. Okay, so when you first walked into the workroom, you were definitely one of the most energetic ones to enter. Who did you feel was your biggest competition just right off the bat?
I knew from the minute she walked in that Sharon was going to be a force to be reckoned with, mm-hmm. because she came in as an oddity, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And like considering the past couple of the seasons, and you always see the pretty girls. You always see, the girls that sort of have a little bit of a pageant background.
Mm-hmm.
And when she came in, I was like, this is refreshing,
mm-hmm.
not only for me, but for viewers, because it's going to shock, it's going to educate, and it's going to be different. And I was just like, oh, good Lord.
Well, I think you brought something different as well. I mean, when you kind of did... I'm not mad at you for doing no boobs last night. I am not mad at that. I think that was a good representation of a different kind of drag. So kudos to
yeah,
that.
it's in New York, a lot of the girls do that. It's their aesthetic. And my drag is a hybrid of everything that I've experienced and lived, whether it's theater or the nightclub world. And I used to be a backup dancer for Kevin Aviance in the House of Aviance in New York, and so like. I wanted to celebrate that freedom of do your drag, whatever that is.
Now, one question that I gotta ask you is, why do you keep taking off your wig on the runway? Why did it keep coming off?
You know what? Everybody's gonna ask me that, and I'm more than happy to answer it. I think that there are certain songs, that warrants it.
Mm-hmm.
And some people may agree or disagree, and I come from a theater background, so I think of things from a different perspective. And sometimes it's a little far beyond or misunderstood. And I think that some of those choices were misunderstood. And I say that because, for instance, Pink's song is called Trouble. I'm coming out here looking like $1 million.
Yeah.
In a gown, the wig, the whole bit. Like, I'm giving you Kelly Rowland ready for the VMAs.
Yeah.
And so, but this song is called Trouble. So I got to show you that you're watching this glamour girl, but she can be downright dirty and nasty.
That's a good, that's a good way to interpret it.
That's the reveal. That's the reveal of that song. Like, I don't know if you caught it, but the transition of me starting the lip sync and going to the black lip gloss
mm-hmm.
was my metamorphosis of like, I'm going to show you the gradient of this beautiful person who is about to get downright ugly and be trouble.
Mm-hmm. What can we expect from you now that the show is done for you?
Well, you're going to expect an overload of things. I just have to sit and process what should happen first, so to speak. I've always been a writer, so even prior to doing the show, I had a band called the Lipsticks.
Mm-hmm.
I had a group of girls even after that called Sweet Tea, because I've always wanted to do a pop group of the Spice Girls with drag queens.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be putting out more songs, more videos on YouTube. I'm writing more sketches. I'm co-producing a show at XL in New York with Lady Bunny and Bianca Del Rio. I'm writing for some of the other girls on the show. So I kind of want my hands both in the performance aspect of traveling and showing the world what I can do at their bars and benefits, doing more community research. There's too much.
Right.
Things.
Excellent. Well, we wish you luck with everything in the future.
Oh, well, thank you.
Of course, babe.
Anybody